When I was in my old school, lots of stuff bothered me. How the grown-ups treated me as a kid, the competition to study, you know, stuff like that, I guess. I just didn't find myself there.
I wanted to change things. I wanted to be a part of changing things. I wanted to be in a place that nothing is given to me.
The kids have a voice of their own. I mean, they can say stuff too. I mean, there are kids that can fire teachers. It's a pretty cool system, actually.
I really didn't like my school, my old school. I felt in all the ways, socially, like I didn't have much friends and stuff like that, and the things I studied were not very interesting for me. And I saw my brother, and he was very happy here.
Wir sind die Kinderrechtsgruppe Kretze aus Berlin und setzen uns für grundlegende Veränderungen im Schulsystem ein. Seit vielen Jahren besuchen wir außergewöhnliche Schulen in anderen Ländern und berichten darüber in Deutschland. Im April 2004 fuhren wir für 2 Wochen nach Israel zur Demokratischen Schule in Hadera. Hadera ist eine Stadt mit 75.000 Einwohnern zwischen Tel Aviv und Haifa. Die Schule wurde 1987 gegründet und ist die älteste demokratische Schule in Israel. Wir wollten erfahren, wie an dieser Schule gelebt und gelernt wird.
אבא שלך משהו טעים, אעשה את הכל שיהיה לך נעים. נכון, לא תמיד אני מראה אהבה.
What we'd say is the Hadera Democratic School. Wow. It's a lot of things. In the Democratic School, children are free to do whatever they like, as long as it doesn't interfere with other people. Not like other schools in Israel. Democratic school lets the kids decide for themselves where they want to be, in what lessons they want to be in, and also it lets them be a part of what moves the wheels, which is different in a democratic school than in any other regular school.
It's like a small state with no police, that we have a parliament, and that we have, how would you say Vadat Mishmat Banglit, do you know?
They said,
like a judicial thing, okay, and that you don't have to study if you don't want to. That if you do study, you choose what you want.
this school, I think, is an option for different way of schooling in general, the different way of behavior between adults and children, different way of thinking about education and thinking about what school's supposed to be.
It was very, very important to me. I never missed a day, I think, unless I was really sick, or when there was the Gulf War, we couldn't come to school and stuff like that. And so to me it was really my second home.
The school is is making you know your value in the world. You're just not that. You're not just a screw in the system. You're individual. You have a part. You mean something or everything. People listen to what you have to say, to what you think, and you know that's the way it should be.
Die demokratische Schule in Hadera ist die zweitgrößte weltweit. Etwa 350 Schüler und 26 Lehrer arbeiten und lernen hier gemeinsam. Kinder ab dem Alter von 4 Jahren können hier ihre gesamte Schulzeit verbringen. Der Gründer dieser Schule, Jakob Hecht, arbeitete 1996 als Berater des Bildungsministers mit der Aufgabe, das Bildungswesen zu demokratisieren. Außerdem gründete er das Institut für demokratische Bildung in Tel Aviv. So ist es zu erklären, dass es zurzeit in Israel etwa 30 demokratische Schulen mit ungefähr 5000 Schülern gibt.
If I could save time in a bottle, the first thing that I'd like to do is to save every day till eternity passes away, just to spend them with you. If I could make days last forever, if words could make wishes come true, I'd save every day like a treasure, and then again I would spend it.
When I first came, I filled my day with math and stuff that were really not interesting to go to learn. And then I stopped going to all of those classes, and I sat here with Rani, who's the manager now. And he was, of course, the math teacher. And he asked me, like, he said, so you don't want to come and study math anymore? And he was so naive asking it. He didn't mean anything. And I felt like someone was shaking me really hard by asking me this question. And because I felt that I have to deal with myself. Why am I not going to those classes anymore? And really it was like the first time I said, okay, I have to make a choice.
In der ersten Woche kommt der neue Stundenplan raus für das Jahr, wo also alle Unterrichte aufgeführt sind. Die ersten 2 Monate ungefähr sind dazu bestimmt, dass die Kinder sich all diese Unterrichte ansehen und versuchen herauszufinden, ob sie das wirklich auswählen wollen, was sie sich ausgewählt haben. Und dann können sie sich auch dagegen entscheiden, also praktisch sagen, nee, das passt mir nicht, da mache ich nicht mit, oder sich da eintragen praktisch.
If you want to have a lesson, for example, what do you have to do in Hadera?
I have to gather some people who want this lesson too. I can create it without some more people, and then I need to go to the committee of teachers and talk to them and talk to the teacher, and then we decided where we want to put it in Sunday first hour, and like this.
In every lesson there would be rules for the lesson that would be determined together with the children. In one of my Bagut lessons for mathematics, I went to a lesson with the principal, and one of his rules was homework is given every day, every lesson. A person who does not do the homework can come to class, but cannot ask questions. And that is a very fair rule, I think, and it's also very good because he doesn't say you cannot come, you cannot listen to the next lesson. It just means you cannot waste our time. This is the day 1, Sunday. The first hour, in the first room, Raviv's giving a lesson. In the second room, Tommy's giving a lesson. In the third room, Moish is giving a lesson. Okay, this is how it's going on. And the second hour of Sunday, there are no lessons. There are only committees.
The
classes were based on your level, not your age. So a math class could have a range of even 5 years difference in ages, but the kids were on the same level.
So if I learn, let's say if I go to a math class, it would usually look like a normal class, but I think the atmosphere would be very different because you know that no one is forcing you to come.
והסיכום פה שכתוב שתוך כדי זה שזה קרה מישהו יכול, אני אגיד את זה באנגלית, while all this happened, one could imagine Lennon calmly looking down on us, watching the world's reaction and having a huge celestial laugh. הוא היה לו חוש הומור ככה, וכל המחוות האלה תמיד הצחיקו אותו ושישעו אותו.
אבל מה זה סלסטיאל?
סלסטיאל זה שמיני.
Oh, my lover, for the first time in my life, my eyes can see. I see the wind, oh, I see the trees. Everything is clear in my heart.
The children, they know what they need. This is impressive. And children are asking for the materials like mathematics and physics and history. And all these materials that the parents are afraid that they won't learn by themselves because it's something about culture and they don't want to be uncultured. So they ask from the teachers to teach them.
Learning means to me, in the very primary place, it means experiencing. Everything that you can experience develops your understanding of things, which is learning.
I don't think that I'm saying anything new, that a child has a natural curiosity of learning. They don't like to be bored. They just don't like to be bored.
Learning is not just learn subjects. It's for life. You like experience. So all the time you teach yourself all kinds of things.
I think first of all you have to ask yourself, what do children need in their life? And every child needs something else, and every child can learn the things that he needs. That's what I think. I mean, you know, it's different what the government says that children need in order to be good adults. I put it aside for a minute. There are things that children know that they need and they want. And if they know that they need and want that, they will have no problem learning those things. Some of them might have problems learning the things that the government says they need to learn, but it doesn't have anything to do with what they really need.
Look at me. Who am I supposed to be? Who am I supposed to be? Look at me. What am I supposed to be? What am I supposed to be? Look at me.
It was never a day, I guess, like the other, because it was really, for me, it was really composed from conversation with people most of the time. I used to go to lessons, but not so much.
I can go with my friends like to the library and we'll read together Lord of the Rings, or we can make a instrument in the where you cutting wood and all, I don't know how you call it. Just hanging around, and if there's a lesson, so free.
Es gibt ein Lernzentrum für Englisch, es gibt ein Lernzentrum für Mathematik und es gibt eine Bücherei und es gibt ein Zentrum für Kunst und es gibt ein Zentrum für Musik.
So there are places that you can go to, and they're open during certain hours of the day, not with regular classes, and you can spend as much time as you want there.
המנגינה מהבוקר הראשון, זאת אותה המנגינה מאז ועד יומי האחרון. ארץ ושמיים יום ולילה סובבים, שמש וירח בכל צבא הכוכבים, כל מה שניצת בעיניהם של אוהבים. זהב הסביונים והסגולה הרקפות, צל עצי האורן ואיפשת הצפצפות, שיר הנחליאלי וטיסת הענבות עפות. שוב חלפה עוד שנה, עוד שנה, עוד שנה, ותמיד זאת אותה המנגינה ישנה, אך כל פעם עוד פעם היא כמו אהבה ראשונה. שוב חלפה עוד שנה, עוד שנה.
We have this group of like 20 kids, and we're gonna each person is gonna bring all his clothes in a suitcase to school, and we're gonna switch our clothes for a week to experience someone else's clothes. So we're giving people instructions in this little envelope with the whole thing.
Yeah, it's for.
It's funny.
I don't know. It will get us closer to each other because.
Yeah, through our clothes or something.
Through our clothes, it's. I don't know. It's weird to give your clothes to someone for a week, but I guess it will be nice.
Bei meinen Kindern ist das Folgende passiert, dass meine Kinder draußen Kinder sind, die ganzen Jahre. Die haben sehr viel Zeit draußen verbracht, sich weniger mit konventionellen Unterrichten befasst. Und aber irgendwie durch die Jahre durch anscheinend doch ihnen signalisiert wurde, durch die Schule oder durch uns oder überhaupt durch diese ganze Art und Weise, wie die Schule aufgebaut wird, dass das Lernen eigentlich in den Klassenräumen passiert, in den Lernzentren. Da sitzen ja auch die Lehrer und die Erwachsenen. Und dass das draußen einfach nur Spielen ist und nichts tun. Und deshalb es zu unheimlichen Konflikten kommt bei Kindern, dass viele Kinder also diese Schule auch verlassen durch und sagen, ich mache hier überhaupt nichts, jetzt gehe ich lernen und gehen auf eine normale Schule. Und deshalb haben wir uns jahrelang den Kopf zerbrochen, was wir verbessern können. Und der nächste Schritt jetzt wird sein, dass der Hof praktisch als Lernzentrum deklamiert wird nächstes Jahr, dass der auf der Karte der Schule erscheint und dass da ein neuer Lehrer sein wird. Ein ganz toller Lehrer, den wir noch nicht gefunden haben. Der muss nämlich ganz, ganz viel verstehen von Draußenspiel, von Kindern überhaupt, von Bewegung und von allen möglichen Aktivitäten, von Gärtnerei und Sachen, die man draußen machen kann. Der wird seine Klasse kennen und seine Schüler, die sich da ständig aufhalten, was eigentlich, wir haben das noch nicht in Prozenten ausgerechnet, aber diejenigen, die Kinder, die draußen sind, sind die meisten Kinder.
This is the house of the 2nd and 3rd grade, like the age groups of 6 to 7 and 8 or something like that. From here, he decides alone when to go to primary school. The differences in the atmosphere and also in the teachers. And and the child will decide on its own, or with the help of his parents or whoever wants to help him, he will decide when he wants to leave this very secure place and go into a place which feels to him less secure.
I can go to be in the kindergarten, but I probably won't have much to do there. But the kids from the kindergarten can come and be where the students from the high school go. You can go to whatever class you want, but not everything would be good for you. So it is really important in this school to find what is good for you and not just what is look nice and or only because your friends are going there.
I think the school gives a different perspective on learning. That a lot of kids realize that learning is not for somebody else. You're not learning for somebody else. You're learning for yourself. You're not learning in order to pass their tests or in order to, finish their school or, so that they won't yell at you or do their homework. You're learning because you want to gain knowledge and you want to fulfill something that you're working towards.
Every student had like a teacher that was his tutor, and you would have meetings with this person on a weekly basis, or if you needed more, then more.
You could be talking to them about your deepest thoughts and fears and whatever, or you can just talk to them very basic about, they can just sign when you came to school, when you didn't come to school.
For me it was a very important connection with my parents and my tutor. Like, he was the connection, Parents sometimes need a grown-up to speak to,
In normal schools in Israel, teachers are very, very strict about how you address them.
So in the regular school, this stage of being a teacher is something very powerful. The teacher and you are the teacher and you are the child.
That you cannot address them as a person who is equal to you. I am not equal to you. Your place here is a smaller place than mine. Your place here counts less than mine. I've been places, I've been doing things, and you haven't. Because you're young. And because you're in school. And in school, I decide what's right, and you have to do it. This is a very big problem for me, equal rights-wise.
We are two equal persons, and if I want you to respect me, I have to respect you. It doesn't work another way. And I can tell you there is a lot of respect in my school.
There was a difference between teachers and students, but that was really because of the way kids perceive of adults, not because of actual unequal opportunities.
I love the teacher that loves what they do, that they're making what they want, and then they teach it like, yes, they love it, so it's more fun to learn with them.
אני כל פעם אני תוקע את המילה הזאת. עוד פעם. ואיך שגרלה, בוא עד סוף, תתחיל מבפנים, ונדגל החוצה.
In the beginning when I was there, the main problem-solving tool was the disciplinary committee. So that it was very, very cold and very, like, there were judges and students came to the judges, and if they decide you did something wrong, and that's it, you get the punishment. And I don't like that. I think it's very cold and very too similar to the way it works in countries.
לא, תני לי את הפלאפון! וואו! תני לי את הפלאפון!
But then, towards the end of when I was there, they started something called Ishur, which means like bridging. Right? Instead of there being a judge and someone coming before the judge, there's a mediator who sits between the people and helps them solve their problem and come to an agreement, rather than it being, I decide whether you're bad or good. We decide together what needs to be. I think you can put it up to the disciplinary committee if it's unsuccessful.
I always had it in mind that, and it was important for me, that if one of the teachers really bugged me or did something that I thought was really, really wrong, that I could use it against them. It was an important part. I knew that they could use it against me as well, you know, but it was important for me to know it.
אמרתי לך לקרוא את גורי! זה הכל באשמתך! משי אתה גרוע. הפרלמנט נסגר! מי שרוצה להיכנס עכשיו? לא נתקדים!
תודה. החלפנו תפקידים, שוב. אני יושבת-ראשית, שחר שרית משמעת, מה שאומר שהיא רושמת את כל הלוח בצורה ברורה.
אני לא עושה את זה, אני רושמת בעיקר והיא בעיקר.
שוב, אנחנו משנים חוקי בצדק, מה היסוד? שלט. טוב, הנושא הראשון שלנו...
There's a parliament once a week. Every student who wants can come to the parliament, and it's a meeting where any decision that needs to be made is made. So students, teachers, parents are all equal. Everybody votes on any subject, any rule that needs to be made, anything that needs to be decided comes to the parliament, and everybody votes, decides together. First there's a discussion, then people vote on it.
You don't have to go to the parliament. If you want, you'll go. If no, no.
The idea is that parents, student, and teacher have the same right.
The same voice.
Yes. And it's really like that when we are voting or something. But mostly the teachers are more in the parliament.
מההחלטה של הפרלמנט יש צורך לעשות איזשהו חשבון, אז נעשה אותו. חיים, נצמצם את זה. חיים, מדבר 10 דקות על העניין, על החשיבות של הרבע שעה שאתה תדרום לבית הספר. אתה ועוד 3 מורים, באמת, נראה לי שזה מסיט את הדיון מהמקום שהוא צריך להיות.
זה נראה לי שזה בדיוק מביא את הדיון למקום שאני רוצה שיביא אותו.
אז אני מציע להודיע פרלמנט נוסף שיעסוק בשני רבעי שעה שאתה תוסיף למערכת השבועית. זה נראה לי...
שאתה בתור נציג ההנהלה מזלזל בה.
אני ממש לא מזלזל. אפשר לנצל לגופו של...
או שאתה מחליט שזה משהו עקרוני. זה הכל.
We're trying to say to them to be quiet and to stop this talking with each other, because it's not what the parliament is for. But sometimes they just don't listen to us because they have so much to say to each other and they argue between the so.
אבל המטרה של הפרלמנט הזה זה לקבוע ולהחליט החלטות שבסופו של דבר לא נוגעות למציאות. אז הפרלמנט יחליט, תודה רבה, ומה אחר כך? מה יגידו לאנשים? תישארו פה, כי זה בסדר? זה בדיוק כמו שלהגיד, אתם תסתדרו בחצי שעה. עד היום היה שעה, היה הפסקה של 40 דקות, עכשיו תסתדרו בחצי שעה. זה לא עניין של אל תצביע.
אוקיי, אז שכנעת להצביע. יש לך זכות לדבר, אבל הדיון ביניכם ממש לא מתאים כאן. מאוד פשוט. אני רוצה להיעזר לכם לעובדה שיש לנו עוד בערך חצי שעה, קצת כמה דקות יותר מחצי שעה. בואו ננסה לתפעל את זה כדי לגמור את הנושא הזה היום. תודה.
On the paper, we all had the same rights. It doesn't matter if we're students, teachers, or parents. On paper, we had all the same rights. On practice, parents, they're not here. They're not taking a part in the daily life of the school.
The small children would hardly come to the weekly meetings of the school where we would vote the rules, whatever, you know.
When there is something that comes with them, I mean, if there's
something that's important to them, like
yes,
something
like in their own class or in their own room or
something like that.
Something like this. So they come to vote.
Okay. מי בעד?
Everybody is part of every choice. The parliament includes everybody. So you're much more involved in all of the decisions, and the decisions reflect what the what would you call it? The school body, I don't know. The people in the school reflect more of what the majority of the people in the school want than what happens, I think, in a democratic state.
דגל לחצי התורן, הקהל מתבקש להישאר בדרך.
וילדיהם הדודים של אבא, שאול, דלתה, חווה, שמוליק, אהרון, חיה, שמעון, שלום, שמעון, פסיה ומשה.
I remember having conversation with people here and really don't liking the way sometimes adults used the fact that they're adults and they have more words and they have more experience in order to make me change my mind in a way that after I finished talking with them I thought, well, that's not fair. I mean, they made me change my mind not because I really wanted to change my mind, but in like illegal way.
I don't agree with the way that these free schools educators are shadowing are covering the part that they are taking in the power system in the school.
It doesn't matter what you do. There is this difference between adults and kids. They are getting paid and we're paying for the school. You understand? There's always things that are unequal, and it's nothing that we can do about it, and it's not so terrible. It's not terrible, it's not bad, or it's not good, it's just that this is the way it is. Yes.
I don't know if there is an alternative for this kind of two systems of power. Maybe it's the best system, but it's a very bad that nobody speak loud about it.
I think children that that grow up in the conventional systems and move to the democratic school instead of growing from within the democratic system, maybe find it more difficult, you know. They are used to the borders, they are used to someone telling them what to do every minute of their day.
In a democratic school, you're forced to think and make choices and take responsibility for what you're doing and what you choose and what you have to think more about what you want from your life, what you think is important.
I wish I could make it that the students were representing their self in the Ministry of Education.
I want to try to do to make school a 24-hour community thing, because I feel that many things are cut off when people have to go. And also, I would like for school to be a more personal thing, a place which asks you questions all the time, makes you want to answer them, makes you want to answer yourself questions about yourself, and it's a very important thing for me. It's a very big part of my characteristic, and I think it had a very big influence.
כל כך הרבה זמן לא דיברנו שנינו על כל מה שעובר מעלינו. היום נצא לסיבוב בשכונה, נשב קצת ביחד על ספסל בגינה. נעשה משהו בלתי נשכח, שהשיר זיכרון של שמחה מבורך. היום יש לך יד ללטף את ראשך, היום אגרום לך סוף סוף לחייך.
רוצה לחיות כמו ציפור חופשייה, לטייל בכיף ממדינה למדינה, לשמוע שיר חדש, מילים ומנגינה, לשיר לכולם על כאב ואהבה. רוצה